All right, everybody, we have another What's in the Box. This time, Joe Hudson of HG Designs sent something over pretty cool to check out. Haircut of the Apes. Stick around and know what that means. Joe's a great guy, great company. Some really good stuff he's getting printed from his printer is NY3D. And you get quality kits. And so I just wanted to go over this. Same guy that did the Attack of the 50-foot woman. Or Giant Woman, 50-foot woman. That's still available. Contact him as well. Links for everything HG Designs will be down below. Let's get into this box that came in the mail this week, and we'll get at it. So this is a kit. It's a bust. It's a 2-figure bust. And I have a picture that I'm going to throw up on the screen here in a second. But it is 3D printed kit, like I said, and there's some cool stuff. I think you're going to be pretty excited. I've seen it up close, but never held it. So that's where we are. Let's switch over to our overhead cam. Bench. There's the overhead cam. Oh, and you might notice, I got a new camera for my face. I look a little better. I've been messing around with some settings, sound, and some other stuff. Things might look a little better. If they do, let me know and tell me I've done a good job in the comments at making this look a little better for you. So here's what we get in the kit, some paper and some very neatly packed pieces. But the first thing I want to take out is this. So you can kind of see the finished product. And here's what you have. John Chambers, Roddy McDowell from Planet of the Apes. So this is a behind the scenes kind of kit, if you will. It has a barbershop pole that's holding up the bus, which I think is a really cool idea. So let me put the image up on the screen of what this is actually taken from, and it is this. John Chambers and Roddy McDowell sitting in the seat, and you notice it has that famous monsters. It comes with all the stuff to make that, and I'll go through this a little later, but to really kind of capture that scene from the filming of Planet of the Apes. So it's a pretty cool kit, and if you're into kind of these behind-the-scenes kits that have kind of taken over in the last couple years, this is a great addition to one of those. Really, really cool idea. So for those Planet of the Apes fans, this is definitely a must-have. So I'm going to kind of just keep this off to the side. I'm going to turn off that image for a minute. And let's keep this to the side, put this to the side, and then I'm just going to start going through parts. Now, let's get out everything you get in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 individually wrapped pieces. And let's go through them. So in this one, it says cut. So let's cut. Watch me cut myself, as I'm apt to do. So there we go. Cutting. What's in here? Cutting in 2 spots. Cutting in 3 spots. Let's hope I can just kind of flip it over. Ooh. All right. I am not going to mess with these, but here's the 3D printed tools that you're going to get that come with it. Some little combs. Wow. Some little combs and scissors. And holy cow. I'm sure that was a nightmare getting off the supports, but there you have it. There's some tools that come with the kit. I'm going to keep those carefully packed in there, and I'm not going to take them out again because I know I'm going to bust them. So let's get to some of these other ones. Let's zoom in a little bit. Get in there a little closer. We have Roddy McDowell as Cornelius. Look at that amazing detail packed in there. And again, it's supposed to look like the makeup. They're not trying to make an ape-looking person. It's supposed to look like the makeup. So that is dead on, I think, accurate. All right. Very cool. So that's part number 1. Get that off to the side. What do we got here? Oh, me and my knife. Nameplates. So you have 2 choices in this. First choice, Haircut of the Apes. Second choice, Makeup of the Apes. You choose which one goes with it. That's up to you. What else is in this? I think we can just pop this one out. So here's John Chambers' head. Let's cut it. which didn't really help. All right. Check that out. So now let me put that picture back up. So you can kind of see the likeness comparison. Pretty dang good, I must admit. Pretty dang good. And those are, I think, supposed to be, I don't think there are teeth in there, so you can kind of get those out. They're supports for the lips. That's really, really nice. It almost looks like Tony Soprano from this side, but that's really good. I like that a lot. So we have both faces. You can put them up. Boom. Nice work, guys. And then let's see what's this part. Then we'll put this whole thing together. Here's the barber pole. We'll set this off to the side. Here's the pole. Again, beautifully printed. Has a lot of the prep work done already for you. Sanded, ready to go. This one, I think, pretty easy. Get that picture off the screen. The body. Okay, John Chambers' body. So if you look, it is a bust. So the back of it there's no detail on there. So it's meant to be looked at really from one angle, which is kind of cool. The fit, perfect. Just kind of snaps in place. You don't have to do any sort of, maybe a little bit of putty like deep in there, but nothing major. That kind of just snaps in. That's really nice. So there's that. And the way it goes together. Let's see what part we have here. I'm sure everyone loves that I just slice things. Just slice stuff. All right. We have some hands and arms. So we have all the arms here together. Now, these would be, I'm guessing this is John Chambers' arm. Maybe, nope. This is, Razan's coming around while he's working on it. That fits really nice. And then you'll notice, you might say, oh, wait. You might say, oh, wait, his fingertips didn't print right. But the scissors actually attach. Let me get, the scissors have the fingertips on them. Okay, so that's what's in there. And this comb just moved. And I'm not happy about that. So, yeah, there you go. So the fingertips are there. They're just hooked to the scissors. So you don't have to worry about that. And then it goes together really nicely. So I'll bet you might probably want to play around with how you want to build it and paint it. I would suggest probably painting things a little separately and then plugging them in as you go. These would be Roddy's arms that are holding the Famous Monsters magazine. So it's just a blank piece here because they give you the decal or the stickers to go with it. And we'll talk about that in a second. So that's how those go. You have this with the watch on, which is pretty cool. So we got that. There's arms, pieces, all that's kind of set off to the side. Let's get that out of the way. This is the base. And nice, simple, like the bottom of a barber chair. And then what do we have here? Now this is the one part. Yes, this is the part I was wondering what they actually made it out of. So this goes on the red and white barber's pole, and it's a piece of clear plastic that goes over this to make it look like an official barber's pole. So I'm going to keep that plastic wrap on there. I don't want it to get scratched. I would suggest probably leaving that on as long as possible so you don't mess up the finish on there. And it does fit neatly into there. That's why, let's see. This goes this way. And then this goes in here. And then that goes like that. So it fits like that. So it's clear. Really, really cool idea. I love that idea. Well done, guys. Now, this would be Cornelius's body with his barber shop apron on. And then we have this. And we have this kind of slides in. Nice fit. this slides in, nice fit. And then this goes in here. Why do I keep dropping this one piece? So that goes in there and you would glue it. So he's touching it. It's kind of hard to get it all together, but that's how it goes. And we'll talk about those pieces in a second. So that's a great, just in and of itself, that's a great bust by itself. And here's the back. So you can see same thing kind of fits together with the chair piece that's coming. So let's get that out. And then we have all the parts unwrapped finally. So this is pretty cool. So this goes into his back. All right, like that. And then this key goes here. And bam. So let's go over to the shoulder cam. You can kind of see it goes like that. And it stitches together really nicely, actually. And then this barber pole piece goes up into there. Oh man. I think I need to rearrange my camera for a minute. And then this goes into there. So it all fits. Can I zoom this out a little? So there you have it. That's what the kit looks like. Then you have this, like I said, this piece goes in there. His arms. There. This is a cool kit, guys. Really, really cool. Now let's go, while I have this here, let's set this off so you can kind of see it off to the side. This piece, you have your two nameplates that can go, you know, just kind of, you can even probably magnetize it or just set it on there. Some sticky stuff so you can switch them out as you go. This piece goes here. And then this piece goes there. And then again, the scissors go in his hand or the combs. Oops, I put that way too high. This goes there like that. Everything fits together without glue. That is no glue. Everything's just kind of pegged together. That's really cool. So let's see what the back end of it looks like. You kind of got that. Like I said, it's meant to be viewed really from just the front. So you really want to be looking at it to match the picture, kind of like that. So if I bring that picture back, it's supposed to look like that. So he's looking down at the magazine, he's looking at the magazine. So you know when you paint it, you want to make sure you aim their eyes in this direction at that. So that's pretty cool kit. Wow. Let's go back to overhead and let's go and look at what you get in this little package as part of it. And you get, for the inside, you have your choices for what he would be looking at. So it could be this, where they're talking about, which is actually taken from the magazine. And then you have I think, a couple extras just in case something happens, and ways you want to do it. This is a decal. This feels more like paper. So if you want to just kind of put it on there and glue it on there. So this is a decal, I think, and this is a decal. Yes, those are both decals. Decals, paper pieces instead. Here's the cover that matches exactly the cover that he's looking at there. Very cool touch. Could have easily been glossed over and done something else, but I think that is a really, really nice touch. And giving you two options there, decals and paper pieces, I think is a great idea. This plastic piece that goes around the barber pole, another great idea. Very cool. Like, it is a very dynamic kit for what it is. You have all these kind of pieces working together, give you a really nice presentation. And let's back this out a little and kind of see it overhead without any shadows. And there's your kit, minus the scissors and combs that go in his fingers in the magazine. Well done, HG Designs. This is a very, 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 I think, one of the best kits to come out in a while. This is pretty cool. And if you are a Planet of the Apes person, absolute must-have for your collection. Because that picture is pretty famous, and to capture this, I think, perfectly in 3D is amazing. Really well done. Could not, recommend this more for Planet of the Apes fans, or just fans of busts in general. You get to really, you could do it black and white, like the picture. You try and do it in color. You have your color choices on the magazines already. You don't have to worry about drawing or painting any of that. It's pretty cool. I really, really like this. So let me give you the details on the kit. If you're going to go ahead and pick this up, the details are, we got a little promotion going here. If you use the word Gorgo, which is on the cover of the magazine, if you use the word Gorgo when you're ordering this from Joe, from HG Designs, you get some money off. You get some money off, but you had to watch all the way through this video to realize that. So let me read what you got. The sale is quarter scale. Comes in 2 sizes, quarter scale and 1/6 scale. This is the 1/6 scale version. So there is a bigger version out there. If you want the bigger one, it's there. So quarter scale and 1/6 scale. Quarter scale will be $220 shipped in the United States, contiguous United States. Let's say the lower 48. Regular cost is $230 plus $18 shipping, so you are getting some money off. So $220 for the quarter scale. For 1/6 scale, which is this version here, you're going to get 157 shipped in the United States, lower 48. Regular cost is $160 plus $12 shipping. So again, you're getting a pretty nice deal. If someone wants to order from overseas, it is quarter scale $215 plus shipping. 1/6 scale is $150 plus shipping for a little bit here. So again, use the word Gorgo to get those special prices when ordering if you watched all the way through this video. So I want to say thank you to Joe Hudson for sending this in. That is a beautiful kit. Like, just that all painted up on your shelf, it's going to look pretty dang amazing. So well done, everybody involved in this production. I can't recommend this kit more. I'm going to bring this over to my face so you kind of get an idea of where we are. Again, let's bring this up so you can kind of see the size compared to me. Look at that. That is a cool piece. I'm trying to be very careful how I have not dropped or broke this. Compared to me, that's how big it is. And again, if you're looking at it from that angle, it's absolutely, like, that's perfect at the right spot. So well done, everybody. What a cool piece. See you next time, everybody. Gorgo, get those special prices.